A little black powder in the hand does not look like the kind of thing that would redirect history. It is not elegant, rare, or impressive. It looks dry, plain, and easy to dismiss. And yet, once gunpowder entered human history, battlefields changed, fortresses lost some of their old meaning, and even the way people broke stone, opened mines, and reshaped land began to shift. Few substances have looked so modest while carrying such enormous consequences. How could something so ordinary become one of the most disruptive materials the world had ever known? Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. A simple mixture with an unusual kind of power. At its core, gunpowder is surprisingly simple. Also known as black powder, it is made from three main ingredients: saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. Each does something different. Saltpeter supports combustion, charcoal serves as fuel, and sulfur helps the reaction start more easily and burn more efficiently. On their own, none of these materials seems important enough to change history. What matters is not the ingredients separately, but the way they behave together. In the right balance, ordinary substances stop acting like separate parts and become something faster, more forceful, and far more consequential than their appearance suggests. Gunpowder is a reminder that history can turn not only on grand inventions, but on humble materials arranged in the right relationship. But what made gunpowder unforgettable was not only what it was also the strange way it first appeared. The explosive mistake no one was looking for. That story begins in China around the 9th century, during the Tang dynasty. And what makes it especially memorable is that the people who found gunpowder do not seem to have been trying to build a weapon at all. Alchemists were searching for substances that could preserve life, transform matter, or reveal unusual properties. In trying to reach something lasting, they stumbled onto something violently unstable. People searching for endurance found rupture instead. People hoping to control nature uncovered a reaction that released force with startling speed. At first, no one could fully see the scale of what had appeared. Gunpowder was not yet the substance that would shake fortifications, support firearms, and alter the balance between attack and defense. It was simply a strange discovery whose future had not yet caught up with it. And from a beginning like that, the next question becomes even more interesting. What did people do with it before it transformed war? Before it ruled battlefields, it amazed the eye. Before gunpowder became a military force, it belonged more visibly to the world of spectacle. It appeared in fireworks, signals, and early explosive devices that were still far from the battlefield power it would later achieve. That early phase matters because it reveals something larger about invention. Transformative discoveries rarely enter history in their final form. They begin in curiosity, experiment, and display. Gunpowder first announced itself through light, sound, surprise, and motion. It could flare and astonish before it could fully dominate. People encountered it first as something remarkable, not yet as something that would help redraw the architecture of power. A substance once tied to wonder would eventually help bring down walls. But that shift took time, and once knowledge of it began to travel beyond the place where it was first found, the story grew much larger. How gunpowder traveled and grew more dangerous. Knowledge rarely stays still, especially when it offers an advantage. Gunpowder traveled outward from China through the same broad networks that carried goods, techniques, and ideas across regions. Trade helped move it. Conflict helped move it faster. Through contact between civilizations, the knowledge of gunpowder spread toward the Middle East and Europe, where it was not simply copied, but adapted, refined, and drawn more tightly into military use. That pattern appears again and again in history. A useful discovery becomes a contested one. Curiosity turns into competition. Competition turns into improvement, and improvement turns possibility into power. By the late medieval period, gunpowder had become closely tied to cannons and firearms, no longer just a strange material of noise and light, but something rulers and armies could not ignore. And once that happened, the first thing to change was not only the weapon itself but the deeper logic of war. Why gunpowder changed warfare so deeply? Gunpowder changed warfare so deeply because it did more than create louder weapons. It weakened assumptions that had once seemed dependable. For centuries, thick walls, fortified cities, and heavy armor had represented security, prestige, and military strength. They were expensive because they worked within the logic of their time. But when gunpowder weapons spread on a larger scale, that logic began to erode. A wall no longer meant the same thing if force could be delivered against it in a new way. Armor no longer promised the same confidence if new projectiles could challenge it more effectively than older weapons had. Defense still mattered, but it no longer meant what it used to mean. That shift reached far beyond the moment of impact. Power became less tied to individual bravery, noble status, or the image of the armored fighter, and more tied to production, supply, engineering, and the organized use of technology. Distance did not protect in the same way. Fortification did not reassure in the same way. Strength increasingly belonged to those who could manufacture, transport, and deploy these new tools at scale. In that sense, gunpowder changed not only combat, but the structure behind combat. It affected how states invested in armies, how rulers thought about force, and how military advantage was built and maintained. Once gunpowder entered war, old certainties began to loosen. But if we remember it only as an instrument of battle, the picture remains incomplete. Small grains, enormous risk. Part of gunpowder's significance lies in how little it took for usefulness to become danger. The same sensitivity that made it effective also made it difficult to handle casually. Heat, sparks, friction, and moisture could all shape whether it performed as intended or became the source of an accident. Behind its history of invention and force sits another history, one of caution. Gunpowder had to be stored carefully, transported carefully, and handled with an awareness that mistakes could be sudden and irreversible. Its story was never only about triumph or expansion, it was also about vigilance. People had to learn not just how to use this new force, but how to live beside it, and perhaps that is part of why gunpowder mattered so much. The quieter places where gunpowder changed life. Gunpowder left its mark far from the battlefield as well. Some of its quieter influence appeared in mines, quarries, construction work, road building, and celebrations. The same force that could damage walls in war could also help break stone, open the earth, and make certain kinds of labor faster and more possible. In that sense, gunpowder belonged not only to destruction, but to work. It helped people reach buried resources, clear obstacles, and reshape land that had resisted them. And in another direction, it remained tied to spectacle through fireworks, where sound and light returned in a very different mood. That contrast is part of what makes its history so revealing. One substance could serve conquest, labor, and celebration, depending on the purpose brought to it. That is why the story of gunpowder stretches beyond military history alone. More than an invention, it was a turning point. Gunpowder matters as a story because it marks more than the arrival of a useful substance. It marks a turning point in what human beings could do with force, distance, labor, and material itself. Through it, warfare changed, industries expanded, and the physical world became easier to break, move, and reshape. But what makes gunpowder especially memorable is that none of this began with anything that looked grand. It was not a monumental machine. It was a dark mixture of ordinary materials whose consequences unfolded slowly and then all at once. That is one of the clearest patterns hidden inside its history. The world is not always changed by things that look important from the beginning. Sometimes change begins with a small reaction, an accidental discovery, or a practical substance that quietly widens the range of what people can do. Gunpowder is memorable not only because it explodes, but because it altered human capability itself. A small mixture, a larger pattern. Gunpowder never really looks like a turning point. It looks like dust, like residue, like something too plain to deserve a place in the larger story of civilization. And yet history is often bent by things that arrive quietly. A small mixture, a chance discovery, A reaction that seems limited at first. Sometimes these are enough to reshape power, labor, technology, and ordinary life. That is what makes gunpowder feel so fitting for a story like this. Behind its dark, simple appearance sits a much larger pattern. History is often redirected by objects that seem unimpressive when first seen. The world we know was shaped not only by rulers, wars, and grand ideas, but also by materials whose consequences spread farther than anyone first imagined. Gunpowder was one of those materials, small in the hand, but much larger in history. So have you ever thought about gunpowder this way before? Most people remember it first as a weapon, but its story is really about how a small discovery can reshape far more than its original use. If there is another ordinary object, material, or ingredient you have always noticed but never really questioned, leave it in the comments, and subscribe to Secrets of Simple Things for more stories like this.